So I think I've always been attracted to the idea of travel and adventure and exploring the world in any way that I can. Trying to do a year of overland travel with a 2-year-old child is tougher. Trying to balance, work and mortgage and all these other kind of life things. But I'm hoping that doing this kind of travel will at least inspire, like my daughter, to know that, in the future she'll look back and see that, hey, you can do these kinds of things. Teach my daughter these values of travel and of adventure and of trusting yourself and committing yourself to a goal. For me, a lot of people like cycling for all different reasons. People like the social part of it, but for me the real magic in cycling is being solo. Having those hours upon hours when you kind of leave parts of yourself behind, when you kind of start internalizing questions, you start working through all of your issues. I think there's this beauty in solo cycling that's not for everyone, but it really works well for me. And I think part of that is also traveling light. I think anyone can grab anything and everything and take it with them, but there's some beauty, some simplicity to life when you can just take the bare minimum and then see what happens along the way. I know when you first do 50K, you're like, oh my God, I did 50K, and then you do 100K, and you're like, oh my God, I did 100K, and then you do 200K, and you're like, oh my God, I did 200K. And I like the idea that I can sort of just keep building on that realization that what you have already is enough. You don't need to buy a specialized bike to do this in all the kind of scenarios. Just treating it like a normal day's ride, just 7 of those back to back. I spent many years cycling and being good. I kind of commuted to work and then slowly built up on that and did more and more rides, and then did group rides, and then entered a couple of events and would do maybe 2 or 3 events a year. And I never finished at the start, I never finished at the end. I was just kind of in the middle, and every time I finished those events, I was always really exhausted. I pushed myself really far. And I thought at that stage that I was a pretty good cyclist. Just doing these regular rides wasn't ever gonna make me a better cyclist. I was just gonna get marginally better. As I've improved over the last year, doing this kind of more science-based approach to cycling, I've realized that my potential as a cyclist is way higher than I thought it could be. What I love about cycling is the freedom that you have while you're on the actual bike. You can hear the birds as you go past a paddock, you can feel the wind on your face. As opposed to being in a car where you can get there much faster, but you're in this bubble, this shell, where you can listen to your favorite music, and it kind of detracts from what's going on outside in a lot of ways. Cycling helps me hone my thoughts together. It clears my head. It fills me with a sense of purpose. I think it makes me a better person. After a good cycle, it means I can better interact with my family. It means I can better do my work. It's like I've got more understanding on myself. I know planning this kind of thing takes time. You're not necessarily ready. You can't set a goal that you're already ready for. I think you've got to set a goal that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. And it's taken me months of preparation to get to this point, but I feel like I'm ready for it now. I feel like I'm physically ready for it. I've been planning everything. I've been scouring over the maps and planning out alternative routes and what happens if there's a logging truck, too many logging trucks going down this road, and it's not a safe road to be on. So I'm planning out all these scenarios. So I kind of feel like I'm physically ready for this. I'm mentally ready for it. And I just want to get on my bike.